Blog Talk Radio.
I may have killed a few people. I may have done a few bad things. Some of my children won't even acknowledge that I live, but I love my son.
Welcome to Take-Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check Take2Radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take2 Radio, and thanks for listening.
Welcome. Take-Two Radio Soaps. I am Anthony, and David will be with us a little bit later on. Pam is, still a little bit under the weather. I am definitely here with Candace. Hey, Candy Pooh.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
And we were coming on the air directly. Did we get Vinny tonight, or is it just you and I till David gets here?
I think it's just me and you.
Well, you know what? It's been a couple convention season for nonprofits. I haven't been here for a while, so I am so glad to be back with all of you listening, and definitely with my friend Candy. You know how we go back and forth. And we will, like I said, be joined by David in a little while. I was actually thinking about starting today's show with a public service announcement. I live in Miami, Florida, as some of you may remember from listening, and there are some really hot local elections, especially, and what made me think about it is you, Candace, there's a hot school board election that's happening here. And so my public service announcement is I'm not going to ask you to vote blue or red or, go all kinds of purple on your ballot. But I am going to say, check out your local candidates. Do some research. Find out what they're about, especially things like schools and municipal, trash collection and things that cost you, and your school system if you have children. Even if you don't have children, check out these people's platforms. Go do a little bit of research. Find out who they are, what they stand for, what they want to do, because honestly, this is probably the most important election of our lifetime. And whichever way you go, God bless, but at least go with knowledge in tow. Candace, I know that, you can definitely, I hear the clapping. Thank you, because,
You're welcome.
Our schools don't get enough funding. They don't get enough attention. And so really know who you're putting in those positions of power. It's been go ahead, girl.
I said preach because I've been saying, look, we're all soap fans, and we have a lot to vent about. We have a lot to, talk about, get on social media, this fandom, da-da-da-da. Here's what I've been saying for the last, almost 9 months, seriously, is do your research. But before you do that, register to vote. Seriously, This is the most important election of our lifetime. And, yes, to the youngins out there, this is going to be your first big election. I want you to listen to Auntie Candace. Listen to Auntie Candace, okay? Notice I didn't say Mama Candace because we ain't about that life. It's Auntie Candace.
You like to drop them. You like to be done with them by 4 o'clock.
Seriously, today I was. Here's the thing. Don't follow what's being said on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Trends, WhatsApp app, or anything. You are smart enough. If you are smart enough to know how to work certain gadgets or know certain slang or know the front and back of lyrics and stuff, you need to also sit down and learn about these people that are going to really make a decision in your life for the next couple of years. You can't go out and say, be mad at something where you could have actually controlled the situation. You have a voice. Don't let anybody tell you you don't. You have a voice. if you're loud enough on social media, be loud enough at the polls, okay?
Yep.
Literally, find out about your city council, find out about your mayor, your governor, your representative, and then go from there for who is representing your state. Go there to, obviously, the big one, obviously Congress and Senate and all that jazz, and then, take a look at the Supreme Court justice. Then take a look at the presidency. And right now, yes, it is a lot going on in the world, but this is what I'm going to say. In all honesty, this is seriously, again, Auntie Candace is saying this. If you want that change, if you want to say, hey, it's not going to be like this because I made a difference. I went out there and voted. I did my research. I did this. It starts with you. Don't let nobody tell you differently. Don't let anybody put, again, whether you're for red, blue, or in the middle, you have the choice. You're the one that's going to make a choice. And I will say this, whatever choice you make, I will say this. Before you make that choice, sit down, really sit down, and think about a lot of things. Think about your health care. Think about health care. That's the number one, right? Health care. Think about, even though you're young, one day you're going to get older. And there's something called Social Security. And to the older people who are getting ready for Social Security, let me ask you a question. Where your money at? I'm just saying. Sit down and think. There's a lot of things. Think about women's health. Think about men's health. Think about, here's the number one. You ready? Anthony, hold my hand with this, okay? Think about the mental well-being for the next 4 years. Literally think about that, because the last 4 years, the last 8 years, it has taken, again, wherever you rep for, think about this. I think we all can say this. Our mental health has skyrocketed like never before. So, again, what we're trying to say here at T2R Radio, Anthony and Auntie Candace, is do your research. Register to vote.
Yep.
Go ahead, Anthony.
And honestly, I'm going to jump in here and say, it is extremely important to know, when you're voting for your president, when you're voting for your senators and Congress folks, it is absolutely important to know who they are and where they stand. But you can't blame them for the things that happen in your city. You also got to pay attention. Who is your mayor? What does your mayor stand for?
Mm-hmm.
And all the way down to your school board, your garbage collector. If you vote for a dog catcher, take a look and see what he or she is all about, or they are all about. But we're a soap opera show, so, we'll kick our soapboxes back under whatever seating we are on right now. Candace, there's some news going on. What do you want to start with tonight before we get into the recap?
Well, I do want to start with something that just dropped a few minutes ago. Days for Our Lives fans, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Hey, Days fans, how you doing? So apparently a certain young hottie who has been on this show before, who you guys may have, remembered like a couple of years ago, we talked about McDonald's drive-thru while he was on a diet. Just saying. So apparently Kyle Louder is in a parking lot outside of the studio in Burbank. Now, Anthony.
What's he doing there, Candace?
I don't know. Well, he looked pretty in his car. One, he looked pretty. He's been doing this for a very long time. I'm just going to say this. We're gearing up for 60 for days, day 60, hashtag it. I'm glad that they have asked him to come back. And now you guys know Kyle is now a journalist. He's a news reporter for Las Vegas, like in the Las Vegas, Los Angeles area. So
he's an anchor.
He is. He's and also he does traveling tips for various places that you can stay at, luxury places, lovely places. But yeah, so apparently it may be like maybe from what she's saying a 3-day arc, or maybe just a drop in. But here's the thing: we're not gonna see it until like next year. So along with Allison Sweeney, which okay, Anthony, can I take this opportunity to get on my soapbox real quick?
Please, and do me a favor, because I've read like 3 different things and I can't get any confirmation. Is it a couple of week arc, or is she only popping in for 2 days?
I would be honest. I've heard conflicted information as
yeah,
well.
Me too.
But she said this is something that she has never experienced before. She's excited about this storyline, and that's all we got. Here's the thing, folks. Hi, I'm Candace. You may know me from Take-Two Radio, Soap Party, Forever and a Day, and also running my big mouth on Twitter. And I'm also an award winner. You know, Dave, I love you guys. I like the PR department. I love what Janet and Peacock are doing, because I feel as though this is the most PR. Like, when I say PR, like, y'all posting on Facebook, on Insta, TikTok, and stuff like that. You're like celebrating birthdays. Y'all posting when they doing other projects and stuff. Here's what y'all need to stop doing, and I understand why you did it, but at the same time, it's frustrating. You announced Allison Sweeney coming back. And for a lot of us, we're like, thank you, hallelujah, because something has been missing, especially the Nicole, EJ, Bray, Eric storyline and other things that we didn't have Sammy. Okay, we're getting Allison Sweeney back. Here's the thing, not until next year.
Yep.
Next year is going to be, I'm going to just say this. This year is the long-awaited return of Melissa Reeves, Kristen Alfonso, Victoria, but we know why they're coming back. We know exactly why they're coming back. But for next year, and I understand, you want to get people hyped. You want to get people hyped up already, and I understand that. But, dude, it's going to be next year. Like, I have to wait. I have to overcome summer, because we're still in summer. I have to prepare myself mentally, emotionally, and physically for when Doug, when they prep for Doug's farewell. I have to also prepare on how y'all going to usher in the new year, right? And go from there. We know in April is Ron Carvati's last month before Paula and Jeannie start. That's another thing, is like, a whole year, like the taping of Days of Our Lives is getting ridiculous now, okay? But with that being said, understand you're trying to get people excited, you're trying to get people hyped, you're trying to do all that. I just wish, and I don't know, Anthony, if you feel this way, I kind of wish they didn't tell me. I kind of wish that I would turn on Days of Our Lives on Peacock at 6:03 in the morning. Yes, I'm a faithful viewer. And it's like, Sammy, what? Allison Sweeney returns as Sammy Brady on Days of Our Lives on Peacock. Like, throw me a loop, because when we get to it, we're going to talk about what show actually gave a loop to so many. There's so many people. But seriously, I like I said, I'm glad that Allison's back. Kyle Louder, mwah, you know how I feel about him too. I'm excited, but like I said, I wish that Dave, you can keep a secret. You don't have to know everything.
And if you need a little bit of refresher tips, talk to your friends at the Bold and the Beautiful, because when it comes to secret and shock value, the soap that does secret and shock value is the Bold and the Beautiful.
Amen.
And I'm going to piggyback on what Candace is saying. You know what? Honestly, if it's a 2-day, a 3-week arc, honestly, it is so much more surprising and powerful to just let them pop up on our screen one day. If they're coming back, if they're coming back on contract and we're going to see them for a while and we got to wait 7 months, I agree with you, Candace. I would really like to hear it closer to, if not be shocked and surprised when they walk up on the screen. But if they are coming back on contract and you want to build that that revitalize that fan base, great. I feel you. I understand it. But if it's a small arc, play that shock value, because there is no shock value when you know that they're coming on February 4th or February 21st, or, we lose an entire piece of the story by waiting all these months. And I have to say this, Candace, I hope you agree with me. I think a couple of these, and what I really think too is Robin Strausser as Vivian. We would have enjoyed that storyline a whole bunch more if we didn't know it was coming. If she had just popped up one day and, we would have enjoyed that so much more. We had so much time to build up expectation. Now, personally, I love the way she portrayed Vivian. I truly did. But I love me some Louise. So, I was torn. I think if they just threw it at us and, it's only going to be for a short period of time, enjoy this arc, I would have been a lot more invested. A lot more invested.
I agree. Plus, I think for me, okay, like I said, I love the fact that, and I understood why, Linda Dano and Robin did what they did. That's friendship. That's how you do things, right?
Yep.
But it was kind of weird seeing Robin as Vivian, especially when she had scenes with Cassie the Pilot. Because you know what I kept saying? I kept playing the theme song. It's what you do when they go, when the brave old goes. So like we don't have the rights to it, so that's why I'm humming it like that. But it's like I agree with you. I just it's and I gotta give, and when it comes to secrets, I mean, Young and Russell's kept a secret too. They do good too. As GH, you're learning. You're getting back into it. You're learning. I'm giving you a little. This is the only time you're probably gonna hear me applaud tonight for GH. You guys do it too as well. But yeah, Dave, I mean, again, I understand you trying to, get people hyped and get ready, like here's what's coming up next on the Dance of Our Lives. The problem is that it's literally going to be like about 7, 8 months away from it. So in that time span, you need to do something starting now to keep me intrigued, and that's it. Because if not, then I'm going to be like, okay, I guess I'll wait till April then. Oh, and hey, girl.
Yeah.
Dang, I forgot she was coming on. Dang.
I'm gonna take the opportunity you open the door. So let's jump to General Hospital for a minute as far as news is concerned. I can't, folks know that I have ins with General Hospital, but with so much going on behind the scenes, they are not giving us the same kind of scoops, and I've never broken anything. You wait till this day, and I've been scooped a couple of times when I promised not to say anything, but that's all right. I cannot get accurate anything coming out of. I am really worried about the canvas of GH, and I have to say this. If you're gonna clean house, go look at Loving. Please go look at Loving. All right? If you're going to clean house in a way that rocks the soap world for a long time to come. All of this kind of banter back and forth. Is she, isn't she? Is she, isn't she someone else? Is he, isn't he? Yet you bring it, now I am not by any means saying I don't want to see Jonathan Jackson and or Rick Hurst. Now I love me some Jonathan Jackson. I truly do. But Rick,
I
baby.
love Rick Hurst.
Oh, welcome home, Daddy. Welcome home, Daddy. I got me, Alan Spaulding all the way, all along. I got me a love of some Rick Hurst. But but at the same time, kind of clean up what you got going on canvas. I feel at this point, you're setting the stage for the GH final.
Finale.
Finale. Yeah, at this point, I honestly am just baffled. And I'm going to say this very publicly. If y'all I don't know what you've done with her for the last 7 months, She's somewhat recognizable. You know, I'm going to say this, you know, against some posts out there, even friends of mine that are posting. She's somewhat recognizable. She's still Ava, but if y'all let Maura West go, foolish.
Okay, I'll say it. Look, let me get myself together. What I'm about to say does not reflect the views of Take Two Radio, but it reflects my views. Okay. ABC and them. Leave the show alone. I understand you guys have a vision for General Hospital. You want to bring back the lapsed viewers. Here's the thing. When that comment was made, you guys was at that point 14 weeks like dead last. The ratings, like for 14 weeks, the ratings sucked. You're now down to 21 weeks. You're about to do 22 in a few days when the ratings come out. It's been more behind the scenes drama than drama on the show, and I think that's the problem. Is that we started the year out with Dan and Chris. Patrick came on, Elizabeth got bumped up, but they still had to clean Dan and Chris's mess. It wasn't until May, June, we started finally getting some stuff with Patrick and Elizabeth. But then Patrick walked. If you follow anybody this past, what was it, last weekend, so a couple of days ago, there was the Santa Barbara event, which I really wish I could have went to. But life happens. You know that there were some things that were said. There was stuff that was put out on social media that was not supposed to, because they make very clear to not have anything be recorded. There was something that was said regarding the state of, you know, Patrick and all that jazz. I will say this, you know, we now know Chris is back at General Hospital as co-head writer. And I know a lot of people have said some things about that. Let me just clarify this. Chris was let go.
Hey, guys, I made it.
Okay. Chris was let go. There was somebody who wanted him to come back, but there was a demotion. However, people were still trying to get him to be higher up than what he was. And that's where the disagreement happened. And if you thought, you know, usually when a co-head writer or writers or anything, you know, switch up or whatnot, there's a little break in between. I like to point out that Wednesday, Thursday was Chris' first episode. That tells you something. This was something that was set in motion. And the thing is that with General Hospital, and I'm going to say this, as much as I love General Hospital, and y'all know I have a love-hate relationship sometimes with the show.
You do.
The 60th, and so far this year, because we're closing out the 60th, yeah, has been the worst. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes that some of you guys don't know. You guys don't know. All you guys know is Frank Valentini, Elizabeth Court, Tay, and stuff. But there's so many people behind the scenes, up top, all the way up top in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, all the way down, that are making decisions for this show that's either going to work or it's not going to work. Now, September is ABC's okay. So General Hospital is under ABC's reset, refocus, retool. As some of you guys know, Disney is facing budget cuts, which is all of the layers of that industry. And right now, we do know that there's some contract negotiations that has been going on since May. That's still some has finished out, and some are still continuing. I will say this: I agree. If they let Mar go, because we're watching the show right now, and we're seeing how everything is going against Ava. And I think I said this earlier this year, where I said, are we going to get a Who Killed Ava storyline?
Yep, you did.
Because back then I kept saying something is giving me the. I'm gonna tell you what this gives me real quick. I mean, we can just real quick. So everybody's gunning after Ava, right? This gives me Diane Jenkins when Mara West was playing her.
I have to agree.
Yeah. Me too.
It's like, so she's responsible for this. She's responsible for that. She's responsible for this. She's responsible for that. And it's kind of like, again, if you are a person who knows how this works, because it's usually like if they're writing a character in a corner and you're trying to think, how can they get out of it? And then all of a sudden you hear, it was such and such final episode today. I'm hoping they work it out. There were some people who behind the scenes who was pulling for Mara to keep her job. I'll be honest, but
to keep it or
to keep it?
No, to keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
There's a very vocal faction, in especially the daytime execs. There's a very vocal faction saying, we've got Powerhouse, and this show almost secondarily runs on her shoulders. If you take the triad, of course, then you look, who's the next Powerhouse? And she does have some very vocal supporters.
Yes, she does. But again, and I like to point this out, Frank works for ABC. Frank was hired from ABC because of budgeting and also some other things. With that being said, though, Frank only does certain things, but again, the people who own General Hospital is ABC. Nathan Varney oversees a lot of decisions that has been made. People, let me say this too, the writers write the script. However, they are
given a lot of lines. Yep, they are given a lot of lines that they have to stay within.
Yes.
Yeah, and not only that, it has to be approved by the executive producer and the network.
Yep.
So I just wanna put that out there because I saw a lot of people saying some things here, and also not for nothing. Yes, you have certain actors who do not want to play certain parts of a storyline because they feel as though it's going to ruin a fandom or also themselves. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this. So there you go, folks. The more you know.
Absolutely. I'm going to make one more statement on this, and that is, as much as I love characters like Obrecht, I'm glad she is not being stupidly used. But she can pop back up on our screen at any point. And then we have characters. I'm gonna be the elephant tamer and ride this right up into the middle of the circus. Allie, baby girl, and you old enough probably to be my mama. I love you. I love your portrayal. But right now, if we worried about the budget and we want to bring on a couple of hot button actresses, to create some sizzle, I could do without the whole Heather storyline right now.
As much as you love her.
As much as I love her. Wait, hold on, because I'm gonna throw this on. I love Cody and Sasha. I do. I've loved them since the beginning. I ain't got no more time or no more patience. Both of them. They are not in anything that. Well, okay, Cody a little bit with the Mac thing. Mac thing. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Again, Olivia, a baby girl, honey girl. Love you. With a true and fierce storyline. I love you. There's a little too much of you. Lois, girl, they are so damn foolish. They are so damn foolish. We saw some chemistry that works. And y'all can play with that. Not to mention, it is Lois. It is Rena Use your people more effectively and give some people some vacation and say, when we bring you back, we're going to bring you back good. You know, if you're going to clean budget, then clean things up or clean house. Go ahead, Candace.
See, I'm going to say this. Let me just say this. I love Rena Sofer. I do. Y'all know that's my girl. Like, we go back to Rocky or Love This. We go back to a primetime sitcom that Wally Kurtz popped up on. We go back. We might go back.
Girl, hold on. Before you go your total point, before you go there, we saw chemistry with someone, right? You do agree with me there. All right.
I saw something.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's my problem. Okay, GH, I applaud you for reset and refocusing on bringing characters that we appreciated from 90s on up. Here's my problem. You have her there, full contract. What is she doing?
You know what she is, girl?
Filter.
Can I tell you what she is? And not even fully realize? She's Tracy from Young and the Restless.
No.
And not even fully realized. Go ahead, girl.
Which
I'm
one?
I'm going to say this, and girl, I know you listen to our show, but this is not a dig. This is a dig at General Hospital for doing this. You're Ruby.
Oh, my God, yes. Yes.
You're saying that Lois got the Ruby role?
Yep.
She's there for the support for Brooklyn and the family, but outside of that, what is she doing?
Just deception thing, but we don't see enough of that.
I mean, is she doing deception, or is somebody else pulling the weight for that? Because when you tell me deception, I'm thinking Maxie. I'm thinking Lucy. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, they're making more of a point with those characters than what I just. And also, you brought into a bad storyline because she should have been there for the Eddie May. You know what? I'm gonna let it go, Candace. Let it go, Candace.
You know what, Candace? I'm gonna actually roll that back to the middle. I actually think she was there enough for the Eddie Main storyline. I do. That one I actually don't fault them on. I think they played that one. It was a bad story to start, but they kind of pulled it out of the fire and actually gave us, I think she was there enough. Anything else, knowing, so for viewers, for listeners that may not understand, they were married in real life. They are friends. They are very good friends.
Yes.
But Rena said when they approached her, look, I don't want to revisit Lois and Ned. In real life, they wouldn't work. And I understand that too. And they had their moments. So I think they did it really, really well on that space. I really do.
I think the thing that got me was, okay, we know that Eddie May, like, again, this is the writer, Dan and Chris, by having him in present time instead of the time period where Eddie May was. And it would sort of be like an adjustment, like, or you could have actually merged a little bit of both. Like, the fact that
they could have merged a little bit of both a little more. Yeah.
Right. So that's where I come in at with that. But other than that, okay, you gave me the Sonny and Lewis, thing. I thought that was cute. But other than that, it's like I don't get it.
Okay, well, I'm going to jump right there and say that this is the pattern of General Hospital, and I'm going to take the most extreme example. Here we go. Ready? You wooed my girl. You wooed her back to General Hospital after many, many years. You wooed her back. Belair.
Woo, 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 woo.
And you stuck her in a restaurant. And all of the interactions that Belair could have had in Port Charles, you stuck her in a restaurant. Jackson Montgomery, I'm going to follow right back up with it. And I understand for that faction of folks that don't like other soap opera characters. Having said that, though, Jackson Montgomery had so much history with so many people. You left it to a phone call.
Crazy.
A phone call.
But this is okay. So let me just talk about the Jackson Montgomery thing for a second. My issue was, and I'm trying to remember, and guess what? It didn't happen because I don't even have to. Tracy Quartermaine. Okay, for those who don't know, Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, hands down, the goddess of the queen and everything. She, first and foremost, she was one of the writers of Love and Murders, which is my favorite murder storyline of all time. You all know that.
Absolutely.
Then she went over because, Morgan Fairchild, left, the city. So
the
they
city.
Brought Tracy, They brought Tracy on, and Tracy was a mob wife. She was a mob queen. Sorry, Carly.
Okay, wait. I'm going to stop you right there just to tell folks who never got the opportunity to see it. Let me tell you, Jane Elliott was everything. She was everything we wanted Morgan Fairchild to be, but they didn't know what to do with Morgan Fairchild. That was a shame. However, Tracy, girl, tell me you are not with Tracy was everything on that show.
Tracy was everything and more. But the thing is that Jackson Montgomery and Tracy knew each other.
Yep.
This is where Candace has to be the historian of this. I was so pumped to see Jackson Montgomery on General Hospital for so many reasons. But I was like, oh, my God, we're going to get Tracy and Jackson. Oh, my God. And I understand a lot of people, and again, I agree. Because to me, all right, as a ABC viewer, okay, just like a CBS viewer, I miss All My Children. I miss One Life to Live. I miss The City. I miss all of that. The fact that General Hospital has become, and I'm sorry, General Hospital, you have become the show. You are the hybrid of ABC soap, meaning that every soap has been recognized on General Hospital. Case in point.
Ryan's Hope, girl.
Right, that's what I'm going to say.
Who Ava Mama?
Right, I know. Oh, the actress that was on Forever and a Day, Eileen Christian. Thank you. But no, like you have Ryan Tote being represented, right? You have Landview. You have Pine Valley.
Girl, they even brought the Dead Soap Loving that we never thought we'd ever hear the word chlorine again.
They also kind of shade a little bit. They didn't do it because it's not. Yup. Thank you, Anthony.
Yep.
But they did that, and of course Dark Shadows and Port Charles, because Port Charles ain't a real thing. But the thing is like you have all of this, but at the same time, it's great. Let me just say this: it was great to see Walt Whirly back on my screen. It was great to see Cassie DePaiva wearing her Blair shoes. It was great to see Corners, Pennsylvania, the Adler Mansion. It was great that they talked about Tracy saying back then. It was great to do all that, but you know what the problem is? Is that you can do all of that, but your show still sucks. The stories is not, and look, and I'm faulting a lot of people for this. But it's, to me right now, General Hospital, you're kind of in a very hot level of heat right now. And I need, me personally, Candace, who also always has her divorce papers on standby here, September is your season premiere. That's what they, even though the show, started in April, but you know what I'm saying.
In April, yep.
I feel as though, okay, Elizabeth, Cassie, they got an associate co-head writer. We're gonna keep watching this. And then you got Chris. Chris had his Heather storyline. That was him. Allie Mills confirmed that. You have 3 people now. And
so you got help.
It's not even about. Okay, let me just say this. I said this.
Candace, let me clean this up for you. If you don't agree, here's the thing: you got your people in place, and you know what's not working. Most of it, a lot of it. You know what's not working, and you got your people in place. We need you to tie everything together and everything up, and you need to pepper in what the next really good, almost everything on this canvas kind of needs to be tied up and done and move on, almost. And you need to set us up with something that is going to really intrigue us and keep us going. You brought in Rick. Oh, God, please have a plan. Because A, the actor can carry it. B, the history is there. C, Rick, I love you, Rick. I do. Rick wouldn't have been the one. that I brought back, at least not right at this moment, but I can see where this soap opera can make things happen with this character, with the state of things that are happening now, wrap it up and open something else up. Look, here's the deal, real quick too also. Maurice, if you've made that decision, let us know. That one, let us know. We don't need a surprise for that one. You can let us know. Because a lot of this doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I want to also real quick highlight 2 characters that you have done. I'll talk about Anna later. You know I want to talk about Anna later. I want to highlight 2 characters, though, that you have done what everybody wanted. First and foremost, Miss Maxie. Thank you for making her Maxinista again.
Yes.
You all hear me. She was Maxinista. Okay, I forgive it all. Thank you for making her Maxinista again. Thank you for actually giving her the confidence that she had, I don't know, I forgot, got hit on the head with it, had a brain tumor, not sure. Thank you for giving her that back. Now, the second character, I want to get on my knees, and I want to extend my hands out in like a yoga pose and go all the way down and bow. The second character, please do whatever you need to do. Make a bargain with Satan if you have to. Do not let Jane Elliott leave our show ever again. Ever again. And do not stop this arc that you are on. You have created a completely human character. She is everything. She is everything. Jane Elliott, if you ever happen to listen to this girl, you a goddess. She is everything, and you actually write for her so well. Okay, almost so well. There are a couple things, but I'm not even going to get into them. Candace, I'm throwing it back to you now.
I agree with you about Tracy because, to me, Tracy is full circle. She is, she was always Edward's daughter, but now she's Lila's daughter. Like, she still has a little bit of that Edwardness in her, but we've actually, General Hospital, it's me. Hi. My biggest issue, and I'm going to say y'all shouldn't have let Patrick go, because I saw something with him that I was I was so invested with. And here's the thing, Chris.
Tell me it's Tracy Sella.
Well, it's not even that. I noticed that we was getting not all the way, but I started to feel like the Quartermains was a unit again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And this goes to Jason. I never thought Jason would be so Quartermain heavy. First and foremost, him showing up to the wedding. Showing up to the wedding, that was like a real, because again, and I'm going to say this for the people out there. To me, the character of Jason is a very complex character to write for, no matter how long you've been on the show, or if you're a new writer. He's a very, there's so many things you can play with, right? But I've never really understood why we couldn't really re-merge him into the family. Yes, he's been there for if something happens or whatnot, but for joyous occasions and for it to be natural, I was like, oh, okay, let me get used to this. This is where I was getting my wish about Jason kind of being humanized a little bit instead of so cold.
That was our Patrick doing that.
Oh, come on. I'm going to say this. Patrick, for those who don't know Patrick's writing, the one thing he said was, actually, the character that he really couldn't write for because of sadly, because it's been so many layers, is Sonny. And there's a reason for that, and I totally understand that. But Patrick does this thing where he does more dialogue than action. He goes ahead and he connects. So that way, that's the story. Because here's the thing. You're not going to tell me that, again, when you look at the Quartermains, right? Okay, look, Alan,
Candace, let me jump in here for a second to try to explain this for David. David, think about it this way, right?
Yep.
They brought on basically BJ for those episodes.
Right.
That was all Dan. Dan
that was
follows.
Dan?
Yeah, that was all Dan. That was all Dan. Dan follows the magic. I don't know how else to call it, but Dan knows where the moments are going to come from, and Dan's not looking for the shock value. If it works as shock value, he'll absolutely do it and use it. But he uses all the other spaces of human emotion for connection. That's his writing style. Go ahead, Candace.
And not only that, but Elizabeth, she was a script writer, and I had posed this question to some of my friends is, I see a lot of people saying, Elizabeth A, B, C, D, F, G. Yes, she's been there for 30 years, but keep in mind, folks, she's not the story consultant. If we're going to do this, let's do it. Yes, she's been there to see certain things happen, but she was never given the platform until, 2001, where her and Michelle Von Jean was co-head writers, and then guess what happened? They got, by choice, by whatnot, they wasn't co-head writers anymore. They went back to that respectable.
That's what I heard.
Honestly, when you think about the storylines that they were responsible for, the writing was on the wall. They were given their opportunity, and it didn't. There was some good stuff. Not a lot, but there was some good stuff during their tenure. But their arcs, oh my God, they failed epically. That was the first round of what's his name?
Who?
Oh my God, Candace, why is my brain doing this? The first round of bad guy. What's his name?
Yeah.
No,
it'll come back. Alcazar, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead.
When you realize what you had in that storyline, and then you look back, we all say it, and you look, the actors and actresses that you had playing the parts, the history that was there, and then what ended up coming of it, it was no surprise. And she is okay. I'm just.
Oh, go ahead, Anthony.
She's more ambitious in the not alternative, but the experimenting than what the soap opera audience is willing to take. And
this is where I'm going to jump on this, is that Elizabeth was there for Port Charles. And, a lot of people have been talking about Port Charles lately. Apparently this is a, new thing here, is that you take a look at the structure of Port Charles. And when I say the structure, I'm talking about, yes, when they reset the show and they came what I used to call Baywatch Nights. Because, you had vampires, you had werewolves.
No, Candace, what they really were, this I have to jump in. I hear you with Baywatch Nights, and I know why you'll go there, but I also am a fan of telenovelas. What they became was a soap opera trying to be a telenovela, and they could have done it, and they had like 3 different places where they were almost there. Okay, continue.
It was, here's the thing too, but you also got to remember they had the blessing of the network. This is where Candace likes to point out that it was okay, like it wasn't heavy with network interference. But I think it was it Angie? Was Angie was over there at ABC? I forgot, because it definitely wasn't Brian Franz. We'll get to you in just a second, sir. But the thing is that, they got the network because it was a risk. It was a real gamble to go ahead and do these arcs and play by ear and stuff. But again, Elizabeth, and some of the people that you guys, not, if you feel that, you do it, you do it. Attack.
It was brave.
Right, it was brave. But some of the things like I'm seeing is, like I said, like when did everybody start saying stuff about Elizabeth? And everybody said in the recent months. And I'm like, okay, this woman's been on the show for 30 years. It wasn't until it was broadcast that, people started knowing stuff, right? And then it's like, again, because I'm going to kind of tie it all in here, is General Hospital, you do need to do better. And again, I know a lot of fans wish for a certain somebody to return to General Hospital to make the show pop and lock and everything else. If you can't have Patrick, who was your next two guy? Mr. Robert Gouza. Well,
he's a little busy.
Yeah, he's kind of busy right now. Anthony, you want to do this one, or you want me to do it? Because I can do it. I can do it. It's up to you.
Start it and then throw it to me. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the second person. I'll give you the second person, and then you go through that one. Okay.
Yeah.
It is with great honor. Wait, hold on. Let me do my intimate portrait pose. Hold on. It's with great honor that we share the update with the Gate, a new soap coming on CBS Daytime in January, produced and created by Emmy Award winner soap legend Michelle Longine. By the way, Jake and the Fat Man might be coming out for streaming, which was her first job in writing. The show will involve a family in a gated area of Maryland, not New York, not Philadelphia, not California, not Texas, but Maryland and the D.C. area. You notice that I started there, right? Okay. A casting call has gone out regarding four characters. However, it's also going to be getting well funded, not only just by Procter & Gamble, but others as well. As the time goes, we will give you that information. However, it was the news that rocked everybody's world. And with this one, Michelle's going to have some help. And she's going to have two helpers who's also going to be the executive producers. One is soap legend, Emmy Award winner, Mr. Robert Bobby Gouza.
Yeah.
And the other person is Anthony. Who's the second person that's going to also be there?
Oh, Go ahead, David.
Go ahead,
Can I say it?
Go ahead, David.
Julie Hannon Carruthers.
Yep.
Now,
okay.
Go ahead.
Girl, let me just stop right there, okay? So think about like Dynasty Dallas, Knots Landing, right? Just think about that universe for a second, right? This is Alexis Colby, J.R. Ewing. Let's go with what Michelle? What was her name? Val Gary. This is the soap opera dream team.
This is now.
I'm
wait,
sorry, I had to gush just a little bit.
I'm going to say this right now. And speaking of Knots Landing, you may or may not have heard, you guys got till tomorrow. It's going to be on streaming. Knots Landing fans, we won. We won. Wait,
Where,
okay,
Candace? I knew that, but I don't know what channel.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Okay, real quick. Subject change, side note. Knots Landing fans, listen to Auntie Candace. It was announced last week, if you have the app Plex, Plex, which already has Falcon Crest. Yeah, Plex. You already have Falcon Crest on it. Starting tomorrow, Knots Landing will be streaming. We won.
I think I have it.
I don't know how I missed that. I don't have me some Flex right now, but I'm going to be flexing it tomorrow.
And it's on TV.
And this PLEX?
Yeah, Plex. Yeah, Plex.
So anyone who has followed this show for the almost 6 years, oh my God, it's been almost 6 years. Y'all know I love me Melrose Place. I love me Desperate Housewives. I love me Dynasty. I love me Falcon Crest. But my show was Knots Landing. I am
my God, me too.
Abby and Paige and Greg and I can't wait to go back to the cul-de-sac. All right.
But
no,
real quick, let me just say this real quick. So there's a WB so they're going to create this is the kickoff to the WB Soap Primetime Soap Network. So far, all we know is Knots Landing, but also on this channel is Falcon Crest as well. So you can get your CBS Thursday, Friday nights back, you guys. Don't be afraid.
I have it. I think I have it. I just gotta.
And now back to the Gates news. Continue, Anthony. How did you feel when you heard about this? Because you just said the dream thing. How did you truly feel about it? Do you have high hopes? What are your dreams? What are your goals?
I don't think that I represent the fandom, so to speak, because I actually look at it like this. There's a lot of there's a 50-50 split with Bob Guza. I happen to be a Bob Guza fan, and I recognize the shortcomings and I recognize the wrong decisions, but I'm a Bob Guza fan, so I'm going to go there first. What I really am hoping that this soap opera does is come out of the box and say, you know what, soap operas have not changed their basic premise for the last 40 years. They've tweaked it, All My Children when they went live and all that cool stuff, Port Charles with the telenovela. But basically speaking, we still tell stories the same way. What I believe in my core that this team is going to do is find a way to present to us still telling stories in the same way, but modernizing it and taking it into the world we live in. Nobody. I don't know a single person. I don't think either one of you know a single person that you walk up into their, you go past their foyer and you go into their drawing room or their actual formal parlor and there's a bark heart with a crystal decanter with a stopper, the whole 9 yards, and there's a bucket with ice that's in it, ice that's ready to use for the drink. Nobody been up in that parlor for like 8 hours that we know of, but there's a bucket of ice that is viable to make a drink. Having said that, I digress sometimes, as we all know, but I'm trying to make it like a little bit of a point. I think this is going to come out of the gates. Yes, I'm punning intentionally. Yeah. It is going to come out of the gates with the 2020s into 30s way of soap opera storytelling. I do really firmly believe that they are going to present storytelling they're going to merge nighttime soap opera and daytime soap opera in a way that we're all fascinated. That's what I truly believe, Candace. Are we going to throw it to David? David, what are you feeling, baby?
I am really looking forward to January. I cannot wait to see what comes out of the gate, so to speak. I'm just really excited, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I want a winner, and maybe the others can take notice.
Okay.
Lord, hear our prayers. Go ahead, Candace.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to be completely 100 about this. If all the soaps, Bold, Young, Days, GH, gets better after the Gates premieres, I'm going to have an issue. Because to me, you should have already been better before there was even a Gates thought of. I feel as though, everybody has gotten comfortable. I think I said this before. We were comfortable because, and when I say we, not only the fans, but also those at the shows got comfortable because there was no quote-unquote real competition. Everybody was sort of in their kumbaya, meaning that CBS has 2 soaps, Days is on Peacock, and, ABC got General Hospital. It's not like it was literally, 10 years ago? Even we'll go there with 20, oh my God, almost 20 years ago.
No, but Candace, but then the industry decided to throw something at the soap opera world in the form of, hello, the Bay!
Well, not even the Bay forever and a day.
No, but think about it. Think about it for a second, Candace.
Guys, you're going far away.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh. Can you hear?
You're better.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, think about it for a second, Candace. Once they introduced the Bay into competition, it really did reset the way we had to think about storytelling and what the audience was looking for.
I'll even give you one better. And we just witnessed this a couple of months ago when the daytime Emmys was announced. for Best Drama Series. Now, I'm going to take this opportunity right now to say I was not mad at this decision. Okay, you included the Bay. Okay, that's just like when you did Beyond Salem. Okay. Again, the Bay, some people know where to watch it. Some people are invested, intrigued, right? Okay. Here's what shook the heck out of the soap industry. And Anthony, David, y'all know what I'm about to say. When they included Neighbors.
Yep.
Once that was said, it was like, wait a minute, hold up. Not only are we dealing with a streaming soap opera, 2 streaming soap operas, but you mean to tell me a soap opera that just came back from cancellation to get onto a streaming soap? Yes, Neighbors was canceled, y'all, and Amazon bought it back. But that, to me, should have really shook
By
up.
the way, my colleague Minogue, Princess of Pop, was very instrumental in that decision. But go ahead.
Yes, and Margot Robbie, who should have got an Oscar nomination for Barbie, and I'm still mad about that. You know what? That's another show for another time. But to me, that should have shook them all up. Now we got the gate, and I'm going to tell you something. Expect more shocking news from the gate. I don't know nothing. I'm just saying. Okay.
Sure.
I'm going to say this, Candace. I do know something, and I'm not allowed to talk about it right now. And I'm going to say, when people knows about it, everybody's going to be lined up.
I just
day
want to
one
point
of the
out.
gates.
Anthony, I love it when you have something and you can't share it.
Well, here's the thing.
My God. You know what it does inside? I got ulcers.
Anthony,
David, I have ulcers because I got a couple of things on General Hospital and a couple of things on the gates that I cannot talk about. But, go ahead. And I know Candace knows exactly what I'm talking about, too.
I know something about the gates that I don't think Anthony knows.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, baby. But here's the thing about the gate. I think
wait, real quick. Let's talk in code for a second.
Okay.
Is it about a CBS connection from way back?
Not only that, but another connection.
No, we on the same page, girl. We know. Okay.
No.
You.
Listen to what I'm saying, too. It's not only that, but it's another connection that you know very well, that I know very well, that everybody knows very well. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk later.
I thought so. Thank you, Candace. You just confirmed for me something that nobody else has answered me on. I thought so. All right,
and let me just say this real quick before we get to David, because I know some people are going to swirl this. The thing is that some of us know certain things, and we are sworn to not tell everybody because of two reasons.
I know nothing.
Because of 2 reasons. If this leaks out, and you know how everybody does this, well, who told you, David? 2 things can happen. Sadly, this is the reality. David can get sued by the show for leaking out information, and we don't want that. And also, things are subject to change, but they also don't want to. Now, you're probably saying, well, why do you guys know so much and everything? There's something called trust.
Yep.
And it really took years for us to get this kind of trust. And so, unfortunately, it's all fun and games for me and Anthony do it, but we do recognize the fact that, you as a listener, you guys are like, well, Dad, I wish they would just say something and everything else like that. Trust me, it's better to wait, because you're going to have probably the same. You probably have a bigger reaction than I did. Well, the second one and whatnot. But I just wanted to say that because I know a lot of people have been saying how come everybody so hush about certain things? Why ain't nobody saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G? So I just wanted to say that.
No, and absolutely, I'm going to actually piggyback on that, Candace. For everybody listening out there, I promise you, this is not keep coming back to Take Two Radio Soaps, et cetera, et cetera. Candace forged her way through and is now writing a prominent soap opera that is recognized as a soap opera. I came from, before I lost my eyesight, I was the East Coast entertainment editor for the Associated Press. So the stuff that I'm given, the access that I'm given, if I betray, I'm not in that business right now. I work as a freelance. I'm not with the Associated Press anymore, but those relationships still exist. If I betray that trust, I'm never given access again. But also what Candace said is also very valid, because what Candace and I get in, some inkling of or whispers of, or even point-by-point plot lines, et cetera, it can change. And by the time, Candace, you must be biting the inside of your cheek at times about the differences of what the Jason Morgan return was supposed to be, and all the information that came out over a couple of month period. Because I'm going to say this because it won't get me in trouble. Everyone knows this. There was a point in time when Jason was going to come back as Jason Quartermain.
Yep.
I personally loved that idea. I jumped into, there's so much they could do with this. If he actually comes back, knowing all the things he did as Jason Morgan, but, basically he's Jason Quartermain again, I would have loved that. But,
that would have been.
that would have been the ultimate story, like the story arc of, again, for so many years we've been saying, what if Jason, because literally Jason's brain is more scrambled than scrambled eggs, okay? So the fact that you had
Girl, he's frittata.
Well, that's true. The fact that which makes no sense about the mind mapping, but that's just another story for another day. But the thing is that the closest we kind of started getting to was with Grit, right? And then they kind of go back and stuff. And it was a promising storyline. It was a story Bible. They had a Bible. Let me clarify this. They had the Bible, meaning they had the whole story arc, how it was going to affect certain characters on canvas. It's just some of the execution of the storyline sucks. And it's bad if the network says...
girl. No, girl. I'm going to stop you right there because, yes, they had the Bible, and they had how it was going to infiltrate the entire canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided to play with that Bible and test other chemistries. And in that space, decisions had to be made for people for their own livelihoods and careers. The boat got missed. Woo, woo, beep, beep, we in the harbor, we're going out to ocean, bye.
It's not even that. It's my heart will go on. Titanic, here.
I heard.
Okay, Candace, let me ask you a question real quick, because you brought in Titanic. I got to ask you this. I'm in the camp. They could have both fit on that door. And she done tossed him right in. Jack. Oh, you did? Okay. Babe, come get me. And he was floating to the bottom of the ocean.
Wherever you are. Look, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, no, wait. They thought you even be honest on that. I'm going to give you one more to play with, too. That old lady threw. I would have pushed that bitch off the back of the boat and said, don't come back without that diamond.
All honesty, when she did that, I remember saying this in the movie theater, to be honest. I said, I'm going after that. I don't care if I'm not on the boat anymore. I'm going to swim to land. I will find somebody to pick me up. I will find debris. I will find something to carry me to shore so I can go to the pawn shop and pawn it so I can get some money. Or I'll just, wait till, yeah. But as far as sitting on the boat, yeah, they can both sit on there. He just was being selfish. He was like this. He was like, screw this.
They could have both fit on that door. Check, I'll never let go. Oh, see ya. Beep, beep, come get me. All right, David, I'm going to throw this to you. I think we've talked a lot about news and conjecture and stuff, but we got to get into the recaps itself. And I think you are probably dying to talk about the Bold and the Beautiful. So, David, tell us what's been happening over the last week or so on the Bold and the Beautiful.
Well, there have been 2 so-called deaths at El Giardino. One was Tom Starr, and the other is Hollis. And Miss Sheila was the first one called into question.
Mhm.
And she was let go. So right now it's up in the air, but Miss K.T. Fletcher, as Miss Daphne calls her, has been trying to piece together everything.
Okay, I'm just going to say this real quick. I love me some Daphne, but go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
I love me some Daphne. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being sassy stupid. Go ahead, David. But you know what I'm saying, right? She is such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, she
Go
is.
ahead.
So they're trying to nail Poppy for both of those murders, and RJ's big mouth has to follow. RJ's big mouth makes his way over to Katie and tells Katie about it. Katie calls the police, and my first line of thinking is RJ has what they call diarrhea of the mouth. I can't believe that he would just drop that like that.
Diarrhea of the mouth. He was diarrhea and
mother,
he was throwing up. He was going into his backpack and throwing all the evidence right out on the street. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, David. I had to. Go ahead.
It's okay. But he is. I mean, so that's what's going on there. In the meantime, Brooke's bedroom is being over in Monaco. She's getting good PR, and Hope's on riding her high horse, rubbing in Steffi's nose. And that's about it. And I know, here's the one thing I don't get, and I'm not really for this because this is Hope out of character. She is supposed to be really not like Brooke, but she's taken more after. I don't see why she wants to go after a man who doesn't want her.
Okay, I got 2 things to say real quick. I am so happy about Brooke. I don't care what anyone else says. Go for it, girl. After all you've been through the last couple of years, you go for it, girl. All right. Hope, honey, no one elected you the Supreme Court justice of everyone in your life, and that you are supposed to be like the mirror of everyone's moral choices, etc. No one elected you to that position, girl. Take it back a couple of notches. And everyone listening to this podcast should know that I am very much a Hope fan. But girl, stop.
Yes.
Girl, stop. Candace.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I got to say one more thing. I'm sorry. I am so willing to suspend everything.
I can't hear you, Anthony.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you, Candace.
All right.
David, you might have to hang up and call back.
Well, let me see.
All right. I'm going to say this.
That's better.
I am so, how do I say this? I am so willing to suspend belief of soap opera fan that we're supposed to be. I like Sheila. I love Sheila. I worship Sheila. I have been a Sheila disciple. I don't want to let that go. So you know what? I'm not entirely happy with how you're doing it right now, but please continue to give me those nuggets to play with. On the other side of it, you have to define who these people are. You can't let this linger for too much longer. There's 6 people that need to be defined. Then they need to be defined. At some point very soon, you've got to set up who these people are and who they want to be going forward. Candace, take it.
Okay, so all right, so there's a lot that's going on here.
Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not.
All right. But you have a different take on it.
No, okay. So Hope. Let me do this with Hope real quick. I feel as though we was going straight. Okay, we was going straight down this road, right? And then all of a sudden, we made a quick left, and we lost our way, and we need MapQuest. Y'all remember MapQuest?
Yeah, and that was a hard left for us. We didn't know where we was anymore.
Because I was like, and I'm going to have to use what Daphne, Rousseau Party said and everything, is that, and I think a lot of us thought this too, it's like, okay, you're fantasizing about Finn. Okay. And, we knew that Thomas, by the way, congratulations to Matthew Agassiz, and him and his wife are having a baby soon. Like what, October, November? And there's a baby boy. They announced it yesterday. They're having a baby boy. Okay.
Oh, God bless. We love you, by the way, you crazy bastard. We love you.
He's really funny, too. But the thing is that it's
he is so funny. That's why I know I can say that. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, he's a dork and a half. I swear he is. Him and Scott Clifton. Do not have them in the same room together, folks. Trust and believe. Don't do it.
You ain't gonna get a word in edgewise.
That's because anyway, so here's the thing. So it's like, okay,
I love you.
It's like you have Hope fantasizing about Finn. At the same time, though, is it because she's plotting to get back at Steffi? Because she feels as though Steffi inserted herself in Thomas and Hope's relationship. Why can't Hope make Steffi feel like, hey, wait a minute, you know what? You keep downplaying me. I'm going to do something that you don't see coming. I'm going to try to seduce your husband. But now,
I'm going to take the opposite projection of that for a second. From the same space that you're coming from, there is the other side of it to say, this person is my ally. This person understands where I am in this situation.
Right.
Because we're both secondary characters in a way in the main storyline of these other people.
Right.
So it is the perfect storm. I don't fault Bold and the Beautiful for going here. Candace, you know this. I've been saying for like 18 months. No, not 18 months, but I've been saying for lots and lots and lots of shows, this is where they were going to go with this. And it is perfectly set up. I have to say, I am so happily invested in this piece of it.
So you want Hope with Finn?
I don't know. Honestly, right at this moment, I actually can't tell you yes or no. But I'm
on the fence right there. If it's natural.
I like the fact that they did this, though. Basically, they're owning up to the fact that they're the triangle soap opera. They build their entire storylines around the triangles, and this was a triangle that everybody was interested in seeing what would happen if you went there. And honestly, I didn't want them to go here because it was expected, except now that they're here, I'm actually into it. I kind of am really, really into it right now. Candace, I think you differ with me on this opinion, but at least can you at least tell me that you know that it hit what people were looking for?
I mean, I see where it's hitting with certain people. I think for me, I understand that Hope and Steffi are literally Brooke and Taylor, right? Okay. I just was hoping that the curse would have been broken. When I mean that, it's like, okay, you got Finn, and after today, you know, he set some boundaries and stuff like that with Hope. At the same time, I'm like...
Wait, but hold up, Candace. Dave dangled the curse has been broken to us over the last, 8 years. I'm going back to when Hope was, Hope was, who was the other Hope?
Oh, Kim Matula. But here's the thing.
But think about it, Candace. They gave us that the curse was broken. They both understood what their parents had gone through. They didn't want to. They gave us that storyline. We had that when Kim Matula was Hope.
Like with Finn is Steffi because Finn loves Steffi fully. Fully.
That's why I opened up the show the way I did today. Absolutely. That's his mama.
Right. To me, that is, Finn loves Steffi, and this is the first time, I'm sorry to the Steffi Liam fandom, but you know I'm not lying when I say this. I feel secure with this relationship in a way that, again, look, you just be the obstacle of Sheila. You know what I meant by that. But to me, now you got Hope, and it's like, okay, I don't know. I'm kind of confused on this, and I'm going to need some clarity. I'm going to need somebody to sit me down like a 5-year-old and say, Candace, this is what we're doing with Hope. Because to me, it's like, okay, you had comments.
But Candace, think about it for a second, right? Mm-hmm. Hold up. Mm-hmm. They've given Hope, I'm going to liken it to Elizabeth on General Hospital. They put Hope in that position where she's been so many different kinds of voices. Now we don't trust the voice that comes out of her because we don't know which side of Hope it's coming out of. Whereas, you know, a couple of years ago, and this is not about the actress playing the role. It's about the writers writing it the way they do. But the other Hope that we're used to always had basically one platform, one way of thinking. And so we're kind of confused at this point as to who and what Hope really is. We don't know who this character really is. And they brought us through so much heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. You know, we're invested in the character, but we still actually don't know who she really is.
We don't.
And that is kind of becoming a problem at this point.
I agree.
So 8:20-ish. Let's jump over to Genoa City. Girl, this is always your show.
Wait a minute.
There is one thing. Did we talk?
Oh, go ahead. Oh my God, yes. Go ahead.
Wait, can I do the voice? Can I do the voice? Please?
Yeah. Do it.
Okay. So last week on The Bold and Beautiful, the role of Dr. Taylor Hayes Forster is now being played by Rebecca Buddy. Hi, Steffi. It's Mom. Okay. Mom. Yes, Mother's coming home, dear. Lady Gaga. Oh no, that's wrong. That's the wrong mother. Never mind.
Oh, guys.
We have a caller.
Yeah.
Wait, hold that caller for just 1 second because I have to say it.
There's no caller.
Off
it's
the
just
chair. Okay, now hold yourself. Candace, I fell off the chair. I said, oh, no.
I fell off the chair, too.
Okay,
Luckily, I had a rug underneath it. But
let me just preface this right now. Some of us knew that they were recasting Taylor. It was actually posted. Well,
I was
I must have missed that email.
Wait, for real? Okay, so apparently...
No,
okay.
Honestly, Candace, I did not know. Maybe I missed that email. Maybe I accidentally deleted it in my email box.
Okay, so
I did not know. I went, what the hell is this?
Pretend Candace didn't say nothing just now. So anyway, then the promo came out. And, you know, you spotted a woman looking. It was like, okay, now there's three options they could do. But when they pulled up and said, Dr. And when I saw Rebecca, first and foremost, I was like, damn, you bold and beautiful for keeping a damn secret like this. Again, this is how you do it.
Yep.
I was like, for those on social media that is watching this in real time, this is about to blow up. Now, if you're an All My Children fan who watches Bold and Beautiful, you probably was like, say what? 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 If you was anybody else,
a GH fan.
Well, no offense to Rebecca, but her tenure on General Hospital.
You ain't the right hair color. You ain't the right age bracket. You ain't the
right. Let me just say this. Let me just say this because I did see a lot of people saying about the age, and I want to point this out. Krista Allen was 49 versus Becky, who's 51.
She was 49 when she got the role?
Yeah, Krista was 49, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why, to me, okay, I'm going to say when you look at...
I was going to say, I thought she was 51 when she got the role, too, so... But she's younger.
I mean, regardless...
Okay, hold on. I'm going to be the one that says that. I'm not. I really am ultimately not about the age of actresses, et cetera, to play a role. Having said that, though, Greenlee, Hayden, Taylor,
Michelle Bauer.
Honestly, it wasn't horrible. It was not a bad performance at all, except I just kept thinking to myself, something is not as like the objects in the rear view mirror. Something. This is not exactly right. But
I love her.
I love her. I do. And Krista Ellen too. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. Krista Ellen was never truly Taylor for me. She was like, what was that chick's name? She went to Law and Order. She was the Dixie. Then she wasn't Dixie. She was Dixie.
Kelly Geddes. Kelly Geddes.
Yeah, I loved her. I did. I loved her for every single thing she played, but thank God she truly ended up not being Dixie because I didn't love her as Dixie. I was like, what is this? And that's kind of how I feel. I loved Krista Ellen, and I loved her playing the role, but I was always like, at some point, we're gonna get her back. We're gonna get like the real Taylor back, and we're gonna love it because it's a soap opera. And then Rebecca, and I was like, oh, no, this doesn't work, but I still like it anyway. It really doesn't work, but I like it. All right.
She's young
Genoa
looking,
City.
so that's the big thing around that's been on the internet
lately.
It's
going to be like Travis St. John. It's going to be like, the way I saw it is with Becky. Obviously she has, look, okay. Her and Kathy Kelly Lane, I'm going to need to see more. I'm actually going to need to see a little bit more from Thorsten and her, given the fact that they kind of played over at All My Children. But here's the thing: just because you had previous chemistry or non-chemistry on another show doesn't mean that's going to work. You're not Stephen Nichols and Mary Beth Evans, folks. Okay,
that's what Ricky Paul Golden said about when he invested in All My Children.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It has happened before, and it has not worked. But I don't know. I gotta say it. She actually got me. David, did she get you?
I'm in shock still.
What? Yeah, I was surprised.
But did she get you? Are you looking at her as Taylor as the imposter playing Taylor right now on our screen?
I need more time, Anthony. I just saw a glimpse and that was it.
I honestly, those 3 minutes, she got me. I'm actually into it. Candace, what about you?
I'm still. I'm sort of like how it was with Trump St. John. I could see her being messy and giving Brooke and Ridge some stuff, but as a mother, I'm going to see more. I need more. I need more to see that.
I need more on that. I will agree with.
I want to see her rise above that dreaded triangle because.
Thank you.
You know, sometimes it gets old.
Yeah, and just because it's a new actress playing the part, we're all over it. Yeah. All right, but we have to now. We really, really have to. And Candace, it's your show, but I gotta say, Candace, I'm in the fun house, the mirror, like that mirror thing that you go through, and nothing appears exactly what it is if you look at it in the mirror, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Girl, catch us up on the Young and the Restless.
This week on the Young and the Restless, we have Billy acting like a douchebag regarding Abbott Chancellor. Even though it's not his company, he's acting like it is his company, and Lily is not going to let Billy take this company down. So she said, it's either you or me, but baby, I'm not going. We got that going on. But don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because Billy got some other business to attend to. So why are you trying to figure out what Chelsea is hiding? Because it seems like Chelsea is hiding something. Well, we all know Chelsea and Adam have sex in Baltimore because, big fun happened in Baltimore.
Everything happens in Baltimore.
Everything happened, but coming in January, the gate set in Maryland. But Billy is trying to, be smooth operator to Chelsea. But him and Sally kind of bonded over the loss of their children. Ava, it's been 1 year since Sally's lost Ava, and it's been, a couple of years since Delia. So, Billy and Sally kind of bonded because, to tie it in, Adam has been a little preoccupied with, running this company, keeping a secret, of course, Connor, but also he forgot Ava's anniversary, and that did not go over well with Sally.
No.
Nope.
So that was a lot to unpack. So let's talk about that. So what are your thoughts about all this, Anthony? Like, how are you feeling about Billy, the boardroom Billy, and also, do you think him and Sally could be a thing?
Yes, and yes. So I'm gonna say it this way: we have Jason Thompson playing Billy. He's done a phenomenal job with what they've given him over the years of him playing Billy. But I also look at him as Patrick, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that there's a very palpable chemistry between Jason and Courtney that plays very well to us as longtime Young and the Restless watchers. So
I feel a little bit too, Anthony.
I do think that they could go somewhere with this, and I really want them to go somewhere with this. But I've been a watcher for a lot of years now, and I don't believe they're actually going to do it. Now, as far as Billy has not worked in any of the spaces of the poor little rich boy syndrome. And this is another space of the poor little rich boy syndrome. This isn't going to work either. That's my opinion. David?
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with you there. One thing I don't want, and Candace, I'm sure you're with me because I think we agreed this one before. I don't want Billy with Chelsea.
I don't want Billy with Chelsea, and I don't want Billy with Victoria.
Ooh.
Candace? I don't want him with either of them.
Okay, I feel as though the reason I don't want Billy, let me say this. Melissa and Jason have chemistry. With that being said, though, but the thing is that Chelsea raped Billy. And I know we live in a world where, look, this is not Luke and Laura, okay?
It's not only that Chelsea raped Billy, it's also that she played the games, everything that went through, and then the death of the, like, it can't possibly work. With the chemistry, I want it to work, but with all of that history, it can't work. Don't do this to us. We said this like 9 months ago, Candace. We did, didn't we?
And not only that, I don't want Billy and Lily because I've seen it now, and you ruined it.
Yep.
You ruined that moment. I guess, and here's the thing. I kind of said I knew they wouldn't probably do Billy and Sally, but I just didn't want it to happen like this. I didn't want it to happen where Adam is now completely turn his back on Sally, if that makes sense. Because the thing is that you mean to tell me Adam was so caught up he didn't remember what the date was? Like,
but then again, on the other side of it, for the true arc of Adam, for all the different actors that played Adam, this actually doesn't play completely off character. He doesn't care anymore, and he hasn't cared. It wasn't something that
Tim and Chelsea had big fun in Baltimore. He stopped caring.
Yeah, no, but he truly never wanted a child with Sally. So it's so much easier. It's so much easier for him to place that on the side.
But again, it's sort of like, I don't know, like, that to me was a little, like, ruthless, though. That was kind of a little, like, it's like, y'all, young of us, y'all really trying to make sure y'all tell us that they're breaking up, right? Okay, I just want to next.
No, I agree with you on that, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that, it's not out of the trajectory of who and what this has been all along.
Mm-hmm.
From the character perspective and the relationship perspective.
Right. So I'm just like, ugh. So, David, did we get your opinion?
Yeah, I like Adam and Sally. I do. I think they're the better. I like Adam and Sally, but I'm not sure yet about Billy and Sally yet.
Right. Okay. So
I want to see it. I want to see some more.
I don't want to see Billy and Sally because I'm gonna be honest. If y'all do that, then I'm gonna have something else to say if you guys do it. Because I just feel as though this is your last opportunity with Sally. Yep.
Yeah, I know, and you know what? I do. On that, I absolutely agree with you. But I think the chemistry between Jason and Courtney / Billy and Sally, there's something there. There's something there. They've never given Courtney the right material. The whole they've had her. They played her into all the situations they should have played her in, but they never gave her the right material to play with.
Mm. Yeah. So okay, we got time.
We got to jump.
I thought there.
Oh, go ahead, David. Finish it out.
Yeah. Just that. How she did when she lost Ava, I thought that was beautiful, and I thought she handled that very well. But they need to, like Anthony said, they need to feed her some real material constantly, not just bits and pieces.
Yeah. Real quick, we got Lucy, the granddaughter of Sheila and Phyllis.
Mm-hmm.
Fangirling over Faith, and at the concert, Lucy was drinking.
Yeah. And
everybody has been bringing up how Lucy reminds them of they're the same age, of Cassie.
Yeah.
Lucy found out about Cassie.
Yeah.
Faith went to Sharon, who, she's off her meds, because homegirl's been dreaming about Cameron. Hey, Lyndon, again, Young and Russell, good job, because we didn't know. We did not know that Lyndon was coming back to the show. Anyway, but Sharon and Daniel were talking. Daniel was like, I feel like I need to honor Cassie, so I'm going to name my new game. And Heather, being the reasonable parent, never thought I would say that. She's asking all the questions. She's asking all the questions like, well, who's going to this concert? What kind of time is this? Da-da-da-da-da. But they are concerned about Lucy's obsession with Faith, and Faith has to set some boundaries with Lucy. Let's discuss this. Anthony?
I am very, very much actually in favor of this storyline. I think this is fresh. This is something we haven't actually played with. And, you know, the experimental generation went from college to high school. It was always, you know, you'll have that one experience in college. Well, now it's the one experience in high school. And I love you, Young and the Restless, but I don't think you're brave enough to actually take this story where it should go.
I thought it was going in a certain direction, but yeah. I was a little disappointed that nothing happened. And it was, are you?
Oh, my God, yes. Because honestly, you know, you set it up that it could be that storyline to tell. And here's the thing, Young and the Restless, in no other way can I tell you to go look at General Hospital for storyline, hints and support of this and that. However, having said that, go to the 90s, the early 2000s, and then look at the teen scene right now in General Hospital and understand how you write differently for different seasons, et cetera, et cetera. But The Young and the Restless has never been good at that. But that's kind of a sidebar to the full-on, no. David?
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Well, Faith, being the responsible one, called Lucy on her actions and made sure she got home because she wasn't going to put up with it. And here I thought, see, this is what I thought something was going to happen. They're either Sharon, because she's off her meds, or Lucy herself would cause an accident.
And that's a beat they absolutely should have played. But there's also the beat that they're both in that space where they need to reassess, you know, the choices they're making and where they are finding themselves in their life, I guess. Candace?
Here's the thing, is that I'm so intrigued with the storyline, just like with the Connor storyline. But this one is because we're seeing, this is something I've said a lot lately. We all was that kid that wanted to hang out with the older crew.
Yeah.
Regardless if you were 14, you wanted to hang out with the 17 and 18-year-olds. You wanted to do this, you wanted to do that. That's Lucy, because here's the thing.
When you were 17, you wanted to hang out with the college kids.
Well, actually, I kind of wanted to skip the college years. Yeah, and go straight to 21. Yeah, that was me. In a good girl way. Thank you. The thing is that Lucy, from what we're seeing, she doesn't want to act her age. She wants to be grown, and not only that, but we also got to look at the lifestyle she probably led too, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So not only that, right? She was probably sheltered in the sense that, again, she probably couldn't connect with kids her own age. And guess what, folks? That happens more than you think. We have Faith.
Absolutely.
Now, real quick, I didn't get into it, but we had a discussion about Faith here. Faith was Lucy. Do y'all remember Faith drinking?
Yep.
3 years ago.
Yeah, because she was being treated as a baby by her own peers. Now she's older. The one girl was asking, "Why are you hanging out with her? Like she's a kid," and everything else like that. Faith is also trying to keep up a good reputation with her own peers. So the thing is that, yeah, she can still be friends with Lucy. Yeah, that's no problem. But she also needs to tell Lucy, hey, you know, I'll hang out with you, but, you know, we can't, you know, do A, B, C, and D. You cannot be sneaking no drinking. Like, I'm not going down for you. You need to tell your parents da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Lucy,
I'm not your fairy godmother, and I'm not your favorite aunt. Yeah.
Exactly. And not only that, but with Lucy again, look at who her grandparents are, her grandmamas are. She is developing, like Heather said, an unhealthy obsession with faith. You're not going to tell me, first and foremost, y'all took that girl shopping for Faith and spent $200 on a bracelet. I'm sorry, David, Anthony, Pam, all you guys on the show, I love all of y'all. Y'all better be thankful I get y'all a 50-cent bag of potato chips, okay? Because that's, you know, like, seriously, I'm not spending no $200 on them.
Yeah.
No. Like, come on now.
No.
Now, again, with all this Cassie stuff, and I'm starting to really question it, because at first I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, my God, something's going to happen to Faith, and Lucy's going to have to drive. I still get this, like, feeling that something's going to happen to one or, if not, both girls. But I'm also looking at Sharon, because Sharon's off her meds, and she's hallucinating now. So I don't know where we're going at with this, but I'm going to say this. I'm here for the ride. Literally, I'm here for it.
I see something like Sharon having an inkling for a moment of what's happening and trying to stop, Faith, I think more, Faith, and then kind of flying back into illucidity, and it all converging in cars.
I'm just like, whew.
You know, I will tell you this, Young and the Restless. You truly excel at setting us up to wait. Where you don't excel at is you give us the shocker. That's usually pretty good too, but the aftermath, not so good. Not so good at all. But you're kind of setting stuff up here right now that I'm really, 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 really kind of, like I'm waiting to see. Ooh, okay. All right, we got to jump. Salem. David. Salem.
Oh, jeez. Well, let's say Xander's mom is in town for the wedding, and I got to say, I love her.
I love her too. Oh, my God,
love Fiona.
Me too.
I do love her, and I have to say, I didn't watch it today because my Wi-Fi was not being, it was not working properly on my TV set, so I didn't get to see today's. Hopefully tomorrow. But with all the things, Teresa got her comeuppance. She's got 6 months. Am I right, Candace?
Yep.
Xander's trying to fill. Xander isn't sure if he wants Titan or not, but he's decided to take it with his mother's encouragement. He offered, which was nice. This was very nice. He offered Alex a position to stay, but Alex said, "No, I'm good. It's all yours." And that surprised me a little bit.
For now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the whole Fiona and Brady thing has really got my attention more than anything else right now.
All right. I'm just going to jump in real quick and say, oh, my God, yes. Love Mama. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm not loving any of this. I am not loving any single piece of this. But I'm not hating it either. And what did you end with, David? You ended with something that I was really interested in.
Oh, what, that Alex turned down Xander's offer?
No, after that.
No, that I think I've said Fiona and Brady got most of my attention right now.
Yes. Okay. I very much agree. There's something. I am so very, 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 very tickled and intrigued. I like that dynamic. Candace, go.
Here's what I'm going to say this. I love Finola. I like her, but I don't trust her. And I'm going to be honest with you, Dave, I'm seeing right through you. I'm seeing something. I don't think Xander is really the son. If I'm going based off of the mama and the fact that she's with Brady, I got some questions. I need a DNA test, like a real one. I need to see something. Because I feel as though this is a setup. I don't know what. I feel as though this is a con. Because think about it. She told what was it?
She said that was her letter.
Well, no, she was keeping a secret too. It's like, okay, don't tell my son that I've still been drinking. Okay, so we're keeping secrets from the son. Okay, what else are we keeping him from him? So to me, I'm carefully watching this, and the fact that she's all kumbaya to Brady. I'm just saying.
She wants something from Brady. Maybe she wants something. Other than
we'll
that,
talk about this in 2 weeks. Yes, we will.
There's something.
All right,
there's
David.
something else she's want. She must. She looks like she. What is that term they use? Like Brady's her mark.
She's a gold digger, and I'm me. Oh, she's a trifling.
I'm just gonna make this prediction. We gonna see boy and daddy interactions. When it don't work with the boy, the Viper's gonna go after the daddy. Y'all know what I'm saying here?
I'm still singing. I'm sorry. I was singing. Sorry, my bad. But no, what am I liking? What else am I liking? I'm liking the fact that I am now officially back on the Sarah and Xander train. Thank you.
Yes, me too.
You proved to me why they belong together, and now I want to see what happens afterwards. Emily O'Brien, girl, you did the work. I'm going to miss you as Teresa. I'm glad that she finally, turned herself in. Shout out real quick to your brother and to Christopher Sean. Y'all need to be permanent on this show.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I like?
Does Emily have at least one more scene left? I know they've been saying that for some reason.
Yeah, there's one more scene. Yes, there is.
Yep.
All right. So let's jump over to Port Charles. I'm going to just start and shut this down right now. Here's the deal, folks. There's a lot of conversation out there. Lulu.
Yep.
Lulu's going to wake up. We know Lulu's going to wake up. It's not going to be, unfortunately, the last Lulu who played Lulu. We love her.
And it's not going to be the other girl that was mentioned too, right? Right, Candace?
Yeah.
We found out 2 days ago that Julie Marie Berman absolutely turned down, does not want it. Here's the thing, folks. Just sit back and let's see what happens. They don't want the Lulu that played to the last 7-ish years that Lulu was on campus.
Yeah.
They want to go in a different direction with this character. And at this point, we've accepted so much. We've accepted people coming back from the dead with no, they didn't have a right hand, and suddenly they have a right hand. We've accepted so much stuff in the soap opera land. Let's just see what happens. All right. I do have to say this. Oh, my God. I am so utterly in awe in the worst way possible. There is so much gold mine that you could play with right now, General Hospital, and all the stuff you give us is Candace?
Rubble.
Crap.
Yeah.
Can I say crap on this podcast?
You can say that. Sure.
You can say that. Yeah.
Yeah, crap. I'm gonna say this. You're doing very well with character development with 2 or 3 of your characters, and then you're baffling the hell. Who the hell is Sam McCall? I don't know this chick no more. David, do you know her? Is
That's
that your
Livy.
friend Sam?
It's Livy.
Livy, yes.
Yeah, I know. I can't explain it, Anthony. I mean, she's not around enough.
I'm gonna go deep. One of my favorite General Hospital, Port Charles General Hospital characters from my entire. Oh God, I love her, Lynn. You as a person, I want to give you like sanctum. I have always loved me some Lucy Coe. Who the hell is Who is this Lucy? Where did she come from? Sam and Lucy, Elizabeth, she's been in character flux for so long, I don't even think they know what to do with her.
Nope.
Jason. Okay, let me tackle Jason for a moment. Y'all pick this storyline. Okay. I actually am buying into Jason with Carly almost 100%. I'm not. I don't hate this, but oh man, you keep giving us these glimpses of what the Jason character we want is, and then pulling it back to the Jason character that you're writing in this world. No. Okay, Anna. Anna is absolutely my most. I love Carly. I do. I've always loved Carly, but my loyalties are Anna, Carly, and
she
then
also
Elizabeth.
rails a little bit.
And then Laura. I love Laura, and she should be first, but she's not. She was in a coma for so long. She was on the run, all that stuff. Anna, Carly, Elizabeth. Those, and and then Laura. Those are my top 4. What are you doing? I can't even go on after this. Candace, take it up from here.
See how much
Jason,
time we got.
Okay, Jason, unrecognizable. I feel as though I literally got pushed back into the corner and the door got shut. I will say this, Maurice Bernard, baby, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to say this. I know it was hard for you to do certain things, but I'm going to say this right now. You are a tough, strong man for doing it.
Yep.
General Hospital, I understand where your predicament was, but at the same time, I'm giving Maurice his flowers because that was a tough one. That was a tough situation that he was in, that he was put in, that he had to execute. Again, the Christina, I'm going to just go real quick because we're running out of time. The circuit storyline, hello. I didn't feel a darn thing. I know I was supposed to.
Not a damn thing.
But I didn't feel it. And I feel as though you missed the boat with some things. Let's see, what else? When Lulu wakes up, yeah, of course, it's going to be a new world, a new attitude. Get used to it. And that is about it. David, close it out. Take it home, Cowboy.
David, close it out, baby.
All right. Well, let's see. I have to agree with all of you there. Anna's all over the place. Laura is who she is because, one, she married a rapist, and she always... And where she is.
No, David, I'm sorry. I'm going to push back. She was in a coma. She had to miss her children dead, children coming back, husband dead, husband coming back, Cassadines. I'm sorry. No, I don't accept that with Laura. I love Jeannie Francis, and I don't want to see her go. But when you look at the writing for Laura and you look at the writing for Tracy, there is a deficit, a huge deficit. And
Tracy
both.
is better.
Oh my God, 1,000% better. And and Jeannie Francis deserves
1
better.
minute, guys.
She does.
Candace, admit this. They have always systematically, from the very beginning, underestimated Jeannie Francis, and they don't allow her to go to the same places other actresses go.
Exactly. I agree with you on that.
All right. We'll
yes.
be back in 2 weeks. Candace, I love you. David, I love you. Pam, I love you. Vinny, we miss you.
Vinny will be back.
You guys take care of yourselves.
Good night.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Get connected with Take-Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take-Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit Take2Radio.com.